Happy Easter. I hope you are well. A number of years ago, I was giving a retreat to the Adorers of the Blood of Christ in Rouma, Illinois. I was ordained just a couple years at the time, and so I was understandably quite nervous in giving the retreat to these holy women, some of whom I had met previously. I received a call after being there just a couple days from a friend of mine. Mary was concerned about her husband, Dan. Dan had been diagnosed several years before with a very serious type of cancer. He had gotten through that difficulty, that disease, and there was a huge party that I attended. Everyone was happy, excited that Dan had fought the cancer and won. Now Mary was telling me the cancer was back, more serious than ever, and could I drive the 30 miles to Belleville to anoint Dan in the hospital? It was serious. I was quite nervous, even more so than I was in giving the retreat. What would I say? In my own mind, as I made that drive, I got to the point where I would say to Dan, things will get better. We're praying for you. I'm going to anoint you, Dan. Don't be too worried. As I entered his hospital room, his wife Mary slipped in just a little bit ahead of me. She took her husband's hand and she said, Dan, we're here for you. One of us from the family is going to be here the entire time you're in the hospital. One of us will always be here. We are here for you. I saw a gentle smile come across Dan's face as Mary said those words. Afterward, she asked me, did you see how that was a relief for Dan? Yes, Mary, I said, I did. Her promise to Dan that someone would be there was exactly what Dan needed to hear. In chapter 1 of Matthew's Gospel, when they wonder about who this Jesus is to be born of a woman, the answer is God with us, Emmanuel. That's what God promises us. He will always be with us. That's what his covenant is all about. We here in Washington, D.C. are 12 oblates living together, doing our laundry, getting better at it. Some of us are finding some skills at cooking that we never realized we had. I often think of David Power, an eminent oblate theologian who lived with us in Washington several years ago. David developed cancer at one point. He struggled with it, obviously wanting to overcome it, and certainly asked for our prayers. One day at table, I asked David, I said, David, what's changed in your life? How are things different now that you know about the cancer and how serious it is? He paused for a bit. I was thinking I'd get some eminent theological response. He simply said, I tend to linger longer at the table. I hope that's what you're doing too. Maybe your cooking skills have improved. Laundry is easier to do. You find you're spending more time with one another. And I hope each one of you, Mazanodian family, oblates, are lingering a bit longer at the table with each other. God bless you. We will get through this crisis. Hopefully we will be the better for it with the challenges that it presents. God bless you.